evening, ladies and gentlemen, our distinguished guests, and sa ating mga ka-hashtag cyberkwentuhan, everyone. Once again, let us welcome our first guest, Mr. Danilo Aranya Araw.
Fake news is not supposed to exist for two reasons. Number one, it's an oxymoron. News cannot be fake because the generic definition of news is that it's based on the truth. It's supposed to be real. So what are the more precise equivalent words for fake news? That would be either lies, misinformation, or disinformation. Okay, so don't just immerse yourself in the sound bites of winarak nyo ko or bugbog na po ako. Those are good sound bites. And sometimes the media should even be called out for just focusing on those sound bites without analyzing the context. We have to dig deeper. Now, why do we need to dig deeper? Because with knowledge of current events, it's possible that you may be able to discern properly the content that you get. So you can differentiate between what's good, what's true, and what's not. And the other aspect that we need to look at would be multi-sourcing. Don't just be a kapamilya or a kapuso or a kapatid. But with the information that's available online, you should be able to get as many sources of information as possible. And my preference would be to look at both dominant media and alternative media.
Our second guest, Miss Yvonne T. Chua.
Ang mahalaga as a fact checker is minomonitor regularly yung mga claims na ginagawa online and offline to make sure that they are truthful, no? When we say offline, these would be not just your politicians, but public figures, pwede ring NGO, whoever has influence who makes a statement that matters in our lives. Pero syempre, marami rin sa digital, like yung mga hoaxes, mga pictures na minamali, yung mga quote cards, no? But having seen that, sa sobrang dami, you have to first ascertain kung fact-checkable. Ibig sabihin, tandaan nyo, pag may nakita kayong isang, kailangan fact-checkable, kailangan merong facts na pwedeng i-refute o i-confirm yung information na yun. That means, bawal yung opinion at bawal din yung mga plano o hindi pa nagaganap. Mahalaga rin yung makabuluhan, yung relevance, reach, and then we also take into account the potential to cause harm. But also need to find out as fact checkers, meron bang evidence to debunk? Means in debunking, to use as much as possible primary sources, no? So eyewitness, first-hand accounts. So here, it's not just evaluating the evidence, but also evaluating the source of information. One, pause muna, check your emotions, and then 3 steps, evaluate the evidence, evaluate the source of information, and evaluate what others say about the source of information.
Isang magandang good evening mga ka-hashtag cyberkwentuhan. Here ulit with you, your What's Me, Evangeline Reyes, and I am with my partner.
Magandang gabustro sa lahat. Ako muna inyong makakasama dahil po medyo may sakit po ang ating kasama na si John David. Ako nga po pala ulit si Ernest Yap, and we are back as your friendly neighborhood host for this night. Kaya welcome once again to us and to all of you, mga ka-hashtag cyberkwentuhan.
Grabe, can you believe it, partner, na ito na yung last episode ng ating collaboration with Cyber Guardians PH. Sobrang bilis ng pangyayari, partner.
That's super true, partner. And while it is very saddening, no, let this episode be our swan song that will mark our contribution para sa ating mga ka-hashtag cyberkwentuhans. Dahil alam mo, sa apat na episode na yon, I hope no na yung mga ka-cyberkwentuhan natin ay nabigyan ng kaalaman upang makalaban no at makapag-adjust dito sa ating cyberspace.
Tama ka dyan. At same feels talaga ako sa'yo, partner. Kaya naman, dahil dyan, we dedicate our hosting for John Christian David and Zordina Fajardo, who have spearheaded the previous episodes of Cyber Kwentuhan. So just like them po, Ernest and I are communication students from Holy Angel University School of Arts and Sciences, and we represent Angel Network, the official multimedia network of Holy Angel University, and the Communicators League, the official organization of HAU communication students.
And yes, indeed, here we are, no, with our kakwentuhans. Knows ko na super excited na lahat, no, na makinig sa ating bonggang-bonggang mga guest. 'Di ba, partner?
Tama yan, partner. At alam mo ba na ilan sa mga nakikinig ngayon ay nagpapa-shoutout, partner? I-shoutout na natin ang ating mga
Yes.
communicators mula sa Holy Angel University. Live na nanonood si Ivy Tolentino, si John Christian David, kahit may sakit ay nakatutok
Mm,
sa
andyan
ating
pa rin siya.
kwentuhan. Yes, partner. Ikaw, may mga isa-shoutout ka ba?
Siyempre, i-shoutout din natin ang ating mga kasama dito sa production team natin. Sina Kayo Romero, Ira Umlas, Kate Ong, and of course, marami pa kayo, no? Pero pinakamahalagang i-shoutout natin ay ang ating program, no, head na si Dr. Leslie Malalo Medina.
Grabe, partner, excited na ako. Kaya naman, without further ado, we officially welcome you all to the
Hashtag The Who.
Exposing the Trolls Behind Fake News.
Pak na pak and bet na bet naman ang ating title ngayon, di ba, Mars?
True ka dyan, partner. And once again, as we co-present Cyber Kwentuhan with Cyber Guardians PH, we would like to thank Cyber Guardians PH for the opportunity to inform, engage, and empower the youth through hashtag Cyber Kwentuhan. Your platform is instrumental in equipping young Filipinos with the right knowledge to adapt in the ever-changing digital landscape, especially in this era where misinformation and disinformation remains rampant.
Yes, and alam mo, partner, kailangan natin itong platform na ito, no, ang Cyber Guardians PH. And guys, please i-follow nyo na po ang mga social media accounts ng ating Cyber Guardians PH. Ito ang C Guardians PH on Twitter, Cyber Guardians PH on Instagram, and Cyber Guardians PH on YouTube. Alam mo, partner, that's exactly no the goal of hashtag Cyberkwentuhan Project. And right now, we are streaming live at Cyber Guardians PH official Facebook page, and we're currently cross-posted by CLTV 36 as well. At alam mo ba, partner, with CLTV 36, 775,000 plus followers, our project is reaching far and wide.
Ay nako, agree ako dyan, partner. Talaga namang napakalawak na ng nararating ng ating kwentuhan. At hindi
Yes.
lang yan, partner. Gusto mo, dagdagan ko pa.
Mm.
Alam mo ba na napapanood din tayo ngayon live sa Facebook account ng CBCP Episcopal
Hmm.
Commission on Youth. Adding to that reach once more with over 30,000 followers, partner. Bonggang-bongga, di ba?
Siyempre, hindi natin kakalimutan na cross-posted din tayo sa Holy Angel University Facebook accounts. And also, no, nila-livestream din nila ang ating livestream ngayon, gaya nga sabi ko kanina. And siyempre, kaway-kaway sa mga Angelites and fellow communicators natin dyan.
Ayan, hello guys. Ipa-feel nyo naman sa amin ang excitement ninyo sa ating kwentuhan ngayong gabi. Kaya naman, kung nasa Zoom session kayo, pakiclick naman ang heart reaction button. At kung nanonood kayo sa ating stream, mag-comment naman kayo ng hearts para sa amin.
True yan, partner. Very long pa ang ating night. Kaya naman for sure, mapupuno na naman ang ating gabi ng meaningful conversations and newfound learnings para sa ating mga viewers. At syempre, lalong-lalo na sa ating mga kabataan na kailangan yung topic natin ngayon. It's a very relevant, no, ang tinatawag nating mga trolls, no? At mamaya mapag-uusapan talaga yan.
Tama ka dyan, partner. At ipapaalala ko lang din sa ating mga Zoom participants, paki-post ang inyong name and organization sa ating chat box para makilala naman namin kayo.
Hello rin, no, sa ating Facebook live audience, no? At may nakita na ako ng comment dito, no, si Ma'am Remedios Ivy Evangelista at syempre sa iba pang nanonood sa ating streaming ngayon, no? 8 na sila pero maya-maya dadami na yan. For sure pag nakilala nila, no, ang ating guest.
Tama yan, partner. And once again, talagang super saya and super excited kami na makasama at makita ang lahat for today's episode. Sana lang talaga ay nag-ready kayo, guys. Dahil ang balita ko may malalang sampuhan na magaganap mamaya dahil may i-expose daw tayo, mga mare.
Dahu ite mga trollala sa sangkautawan ng social media na naghahasik ng gabi ng laginchi.
The who indeed, partner. At alam mo, buti na lang talaga may mga makakasama tayo ngayong gabi. Ang ating mga tigbak authority na magbubulgar ng mga trolls sa social media.
Yes, true yan, partner. Isisiwalat lahat natin yan. At nang manos natin ang reason behind the trolls. O mga fake news warriors.
Nako, sobrang daming ganyan online, partner. Laganap na laganap. Yung iba, mga verified pages pa. At in-name drop na natin, tulad ni Mocha Uson. At talagang humahayo sila at nagpapakarami, partner. Feeling ko talagang malaki yung bigayan, Mars.
Alam mo, totoo ka dyan, pero I don't know lang ha. Very scary pa naman makipagsagutan sa mga keyboard warriors na yan, no? Sobrang lala pero wala sa hulog, no? Isang pindot mo lang, nakasampu na sila.
All the more na kailangan nating pag-usapan yung gantong topic, partner, para naman ma-educate tayo at ang ating mga kakwentuhan ngayong gabi.
Correct ka dyan, Mars. Daho nga ba ang mga trolls behind fake news? Mga kakwentuhan, let's watch this.
It undermines democracy, especially because social media is supposed to be a platform, a democratic platform, where the ordinary citizen can have a voice. The problem is when you put in the fake news and the trolls, they drown out the legitimate voices in favor of paid voices that want to skew public opinion. No, so they want to make it appear that public opinion, let's say, is tilting this way or that, but in truth, it's just a small segment of digital warriors who are paid to deliberately fool people.
We have to be open-minded and level-headed about the information we get. We may have certain beliefs, but if these beliefs are challenged, we have to really analyze what the other side would have to say. If what they say makes sense, then we have to, do some self-reflection. we cannot just accept everything hook, line, and sinker, because the problem with fake news is that it is out there, particularly in social media, along with the truth.
It used to be that we could have a civilized conversation about political ideas. We used to have civilized conversations about disagreements in terms of issues, in terms of values, in terms of ideologies, in terms of candidates. But now the difference here and what social media and disinformation on social media has done is it has made the conversation extremely emotional and polarized. So what happens is we've become siloed. We've been trapped in echo chambers of people who only agree with us. And what makes democracy work is that we can look across the aisle and have a decent conversation and find a way to compromise on issues.
Ayan. So, through that video, mga kakwentuhan and partner, nabigyan tayo ng konting introduction na talagang napakalaking
Mm.
challenge ng disinformation sa ating democracy. Kaya napakahalaga na maging critical tayo sa mga nakikita natin online. At para mas mapalawak pa itong usapin natin na ito, ipagpatuloy na natin ang ating kwentuhan ngayong gabi. Now, on to our program proper. Our participants are asked to take down notes, and should there be something that you need to clarify with our guests, we encourage you to type your questions for them to be addressed. And be that as it may, to expose the trolls behind the issue of fake news, allow me to introduce our first guest for tonight.
The Who and the Who partner. Pero alam mo, isa sa ating guest ngayon ay napanood na natin kanina. Sino nga ba sila?
Yes, partner, first up is Dr. Rachel Ecan.
Yes, she is a professor of journalism at the University of the Philippines College of Mass Communication, where she is currently serving as an associate dean.
She holds a Doctor of Public Administration from the University of the Philippines and a Master of Arts in Journalism at the Columbia University in New York under the Fulbright program.
Her publications and research are in the fields of media literacy, mass media, journalism, media ethics, and open government systems. OMG partner, isn't she amazing? Grabe, no?
Truly wonderful, partner.
And with that, allow me to introduce another very extra and super bonggang guest that will lead us further into our troll hunting.
The Huitech super bonggang guest, partner.
Sino pa ba? Let us all welcome all the way from Manila Times. So, MG partner, dati nababasa ko lang yung mga articles niya sa website ng Manila Times pag naghahanap ako ng RRLs. But now, we will meet her in the face virtually. Without further ado, a round of virtual applause for Miss Noemi Lardizabal Dado.
She is a convener at the Consortium on Democracy and Disinformation, a participant at YouTube's Creator Program for Independent Journalists, a columnist for the Manila Times, and a blogger for multiple sites, including her own award-winning blog, aboutmyrecovery.com.
Noemi has long been an advocate for social change, parenthood, mental health, and social media issues, to name a few. She is known as @mom blogger on social media. Okay, partner, I'm out of words to chika sa mga achievements ni Madam.
Grabe yung labanan, partner. Such an inspiration. Mapapatanong ka na lang talaga, how to be you po, mga madam. And once again, we introduce to you our guests, mga kakwentuhan. Let us give them a round of virtual applause, please.
Yan, tinatawagan na po natin si Dr. Rachel and Madam Noemi sa ating virtual stage.
Very exciting ang
Mhm.
chikahan ngayon, partner, Excited akong, ayan na, makilala
Ayan
sila.
na.
Hello po.
Good
Good
evening
evening
po.
po.
Ayan. Kumustahin muna natin si Dr. Rachel. Kumusta po ang inyong gabi, Dr. Rachel? Ay, nakamute po kayo, Dr. Rachel. Nakamute po. Ayan. Ayan.
Hi, good evening,
Ayan po.
everyone.
Good evening po.
Ayan, good evening po. And Miss Noemi naman po, kamusta po kayo?
Good evening. I'm here in the house, staying safe. Hope you're all safe out there.
Ayan. Ang gabi po natin ay talagang nakalaan para sa pang-troll hunting natin, no? Pero umpisahan po natin sa mga differences ng mga tinatawag nating mis, dis, and malinformation. Kasi itong mga concepts po na ito, parang kalat lang po sila pero madalas hindi po alam ng ating mga ka-cyberkwentuhan. Saan po natin malalagay no, yung mga trolls among these three? Ayan. Sino po yung gustong maunang magkwento sa atin?
Sige, ako na lang.
Ayan.
Okay, so tatlo yung type ng fake information as you said, no? Ang
Opo.
trolls ay nahuhulog sa disinformation. Pag sinabing dis with the letter D as in dog, ibig sabihin nun, sadyang nagpapakalat ng ang maling impormasyon para ang goal dito ay para manloko talaga. So
Manloko
kumbaga
po,
may
no?
mali siya from the beginning of the message. Hindi katulad nung isa, misinformation, pwede kasing nagkamali lang or
Opo.
nasubuan ng maling information tapos naulit, 'di ba? So kala niya totoo yung pinapalaganap niya, yung pala siya mismo naloko. So yun tinatawag na misinformation. Yun.
Opo. So ayun guys, nalinawan na yung mga trolls na ito under sa tinatawag nating disinformation, 'di ba, partner?
Tama ka dyan, partner. Pero may isa pa tayong term na gustong ma-introduce at mailinaw para sa ating mga ka-cyberkwentuhan. Ano naman po yung malinformation, Miss Noemi and Miss Rachel?
Yung malinformation, yun yung mga impormasyon na linalabas nila para manira ng reputasyon ng mga tao. So ito, aside from nagbibigay ng maling impormasyon, tina-timing rin para makasakit ng tao. Yun.
So yun po yung pinagkaiba nila. Kayo po ba, Miss Noemi, ano po ba yung masishare nyo sa mga to?
Etong kasi, there's always a motivation bakit nagkaganito ang content, di ba? So, marami tayong misinformation and disinformation. So, basically, marami itong dahilan. We have like 8 Ps. We have poor journalism, parody, yung gusto lang mag-provoke, and then they're passionate, and partisan, di ba? And they do it for propaganda and political influence or power and profit. So puro P yan, So those are the motivation of the content. And we can see that sa mga bawat example na cite ni Mrs. ni
Yun.
Dr.
So parang keyword po talaga is propaganda, ano?
Propaganda is one of them, and some of it is paid and being
Ayan,
partisan.
partner.
Alam nyo, bilang nabanggit nyo na rin po yung propaganda, meron po akong na-research at basahin ko na rin po sa inyo. Ito po siya. In a Rappler story on Duterte's propaganda war, Reza reported sharply on how the government was manipulating social media by paying trolls to go online and shift political opinions in support of the president, poisoning the well of the political debate. So given this fact po na talagang may trolls, talagang nag-e-exist sila at naging industriya na nga sila na pinagkakakitaan. So, pwede niyo po ba kaming i-educate kung ano po yung pagkakaiba-iba ng mga trolls na to? May different types of trolls po ba? And ano po yung role nila sa proliferation ng disinformation online? Sino po ang unang gustong mag-spill ng tea sa amin?
Yan. Para sa ating troll hunting, di ba, partner? Siguro ulahin muna natin si Miss Noemi. Ayan. Kayo po ba, Miss Noemi? May napapansin po ba kayo na different kinds of trolls?
Yes, let's clarify, trolls, because not all of these trolls are paid.
Opo.
Some are really, I call them diehard Duterte supporter talaga, DDS, and they label
DDS.
themselves as that. And we have to be careful, especially in the coming elections, because some of these trolls, DDS, are genuine believers. And it's something to keep in mind na we want to win the hearts and minds also of some of these believers. Baka sakali lang, and because they believe they're the good guys. I mean, how do we deal with them? I think calling them trolls may not help at all. So that's why I call them DDS. Now, in my experience, 16 years na rin akong blogger,
Opo.
I have seen the behavior, no? So, hindi nakita ko may bot. And then nakita ko yung brigade of trolls, like they all have the same message. So I'm not sure if they're paid or not. And some of them are people I know. So siguro may brigada yan to attack me. I can speak from personal experience. So yeah, no, my hybrid and then my bot. And there are also government officials who are trolls. So, and I think they're also behind, some of them are behind this brigada na to.
Opo.
So maraming klaseng trolls.
So,
So not all of them are paid. I am sure not all of them are paid. They are just really very passionate. See, passionate.
so yun parang nililinaw po sa atin ni Miss Noemi din na yung mga trolls
Mm-mm.
hindi lang sila bayaran, meron talagang ipagtatanggol no
Fan.
ang kanilang idolo hanggang kamatayan, partner.
Tsaka
Mhm.
partner, alam nyo, i-share ko lang din po, no, Miss Rachel and Miss Noemi, and sa ating mga ka-cyber kwentuhan. Meron po akong napanood na segment ni Mr. Joseph Morong, yung Fact or Fake.
Mm.
You guys can check it sa YouTube. And meron po siyang in-interview doon na PR specialist na nagpapatakbo ng isang troll farm. So may-ari siya. And then, dinisclose niya po doon na meron daw po silang tinatawag na white trolls and black trolls. Yung white trolls daw po, sila daw po yung persona nila is medyo diplomatic pa makipag-usap, bawal magmura, bawal mangbash. Basta pupurihin lang nila yung client nila kung politiko man yan. And then yung bad trolls, sila talaga yung bashing, malala, bad trolling talaga. So, ano pong take nyo doon, Miss Rachel?
Actually, it just translates to the online what has already been the job of public relations companies during offline, no, or on print. Yung dating yung gumagawa ng mga press release, 'di ba? So praising the client. So yun yung sinasabi nating online, pwedeng sila yung white trolls. At yung mga nagba-black propaganda, yung mga ninira ng kalaban, 'di ba? Yun naman yung pwedeng i-translate as black trolls sa online. So, yung kumbaga ginagawa na nila ito noon pa, they just now have digitized or weaponized the internet to serve their purposes. So, in a way, it's nothing new. Na-enhance kumbaga, no? Mm-mm.
Opo, in your ano po, Miss Noemi and Dr. Rachel, no? In your experience po battling, no, these trolls, are there any conditions na napansin niyo po, patterns or frameworks that these trolls use in propagating fake news? And bilang mamamayan po, bilang ordinary citizens, no, can we spot these trolls? And as common netizens lang, but how can we handle these trolls po, no?
When you see the comment section, you will see the pattern there.
Opo.
So the pattern is to go against, and that is to change the conversation. So kung makita mo yon, talagang ang dami nila, no? So it is to twist it. And that is really the purpose. So that's why gumagamit sila ng mga curse words, di ba? And then lahat na. So and then sa karamihan, it's so hard to monitor this. And I'm actually disturbed by what some PR agencies are doing. And I've seen this recently in Facebook page where they were promoting likes pa nga eh. So they even say good for online business, like 1,000 to 1.5 likes, 250 pesos. So, it's really very disconcerting na fake engagement. I mean, how do you? It's not organic, so you don't really know what's the truth, right? So the way that they are commenting in these pages or in your tweet, makikita mo talaga. Sometimes they have the same message, nakaka-bore na nga eh. They have the same
Oh,
copy and paste. Sometimes, the
Scripted po.
more the more
may script.
creative ones can change it, but you can see that there is one message.
Parang naalala ko po nung time na unang lockdown po, nauso si Chinese guy. Kung naalala niyo
Yes,
po si
Ah,
Chinese.
yes, yes.
yes.
Ay,
Oo.
ayun,
Oo.
ayun, naalala ko lang po. Kayo lang po, Dr. Rachel.
Yes, normally nga may script yan. But, I also want to, for the sake of my colleagues who are in public relations, no, not to paint a bad picture about the industry
Opo.
itself. Kasi may mga PR naman na ethical ang operations who will never engage or accept clients who want them to troll. Pero, unfortunately, may mga maraming maliliit na PR agencies, na, lalo na yung mga fly-by-night, yung mga
Opo.
nabubuhay lang during election, tapos during the rest of the time, non-existent company naman sila. No? So sila yung normaling nag-engage dito eh. Kasi money making siya eh. Somebody's willing to pay a fixed price for this service. No, it's like giving advertising rates pero this time trolling rates, 'di ba? So
Opo.
ganun yung operations niya. And it's really in a way it's unethical from the beginning because it's really undermining democracy eh. Instead of us having a safe space on the internet to voice out our opinions, ang
Opo.
trabaho ng trolls ay drown out nila ang boses ng ordinaryong mamamayan. So talagang malisyoso sila.
So ayun guys sa mga ka-cyber kwentuhan natin diyan, pag may nakita kayong ulit-ulit na mga pattern no, ng mga script, ay nako, magtaka na kayo, 'di ba partner?
Tama yan, partner. Kasi usually parang pass the message sila eh. May chain
Oo.
of command yung messaging. So, kapag nga ganun, kung paulit-ulit yung post, nakikita natin, red flag na yun. Maghinala ka na tapos nagtatago pa sa fake account. Hindi totoo ang pangalan. Walang totoong picture. Aba, may chance na troll na ang nakaka-encounter mo online. So, Miss Noemi and Dr. Rachel, tanong ko naman po, are there any particular reasons or factors po na nag-e-explain ng nature ng fake news trolls?
Siguro kasi nga because of the mechanism of the internet and the algorithm of social media, it facilitates the spread of fake news. It also facilitates the entry of trolls who are not real people or who are pretending to be people with honest opinions when actually they're paid for it. Yun yung downside ng social media kasi it allows
Opo.
anonymity, it allows fake identities, 'di ba? I remember in the early days of the internet, there's this cartoon going around where it's a dog in front of the computer, and then the caption is, on the internet nobody knows I'm a dog. So ganun yung nangyayari, no? So one of the things that we citizens can do is when we see trolls in action, kunyari nakikita mo yung pattern, if not only having the flag in our mind, but really i-flag natin, kunyari i-flag natin sa Facebook,
Opo.
report natin sila para ang Facebook pwedeng i-track yung actions nila at pwede silang ma-take down, no? So we do have to have a very to be proactive in spotting them.
Totoo po 'yan 'no, kailangan talaga natin sa panahon ngayon maging critical kasi ang dali-daling manloko ngayon online. Nagtatago sila behind the shadow, ang lakas ng loob mag-post ng kung ano-ano kasi hindi naman sila kilala. So, Miss Noemi naman po, ano pong take niyo dito?
Um, like I said earlier, no, we had the bots and we have trolls and we have these passionate followers, believers. Ang problema when our group talked to Facebook in a public forum, they said that they can easily take down mga bots, that their algorithm can recognize them. The problem is the hybrid one, because these are real people being managed by someone. So it's up to us to really, as Rachel said, we really have to report it, because that's the only way they will know. And you have to say it's their false news or they're creating spam, because that's the only way. And but sometimes Facebook makes a mistake, no? It's false positive. So minsan they will take you down for no reason at all. So yeah, so that's my take on that, about trolls and bots and the hybrid
Yeah,
and the passionate believers.
correct.
Opo.
Facebook kasi operates on automation, so
Yeah.
we do need to flag it. And as Noemi just said, no, they can also make a mistake. Because I remember in the early days of online classes, nag-post ako ng yung more or less how to help my fellow teachers, in producing online classes. And then na-share siya ng over 100 people. So biglang tinake down yung Facebook ko kasi bakit ang dami nag-share ng same message, di ba? So, pero nung sinulatan ko sila na sabi ko, tignan nyo naman yung content, di ba? How to yan ng pagtuturo sa online, binalik naman nila kagad.
Grabe naman yan, paano pala 'pag fan ka lang ta's gusto mo i-share yung
Oo,
po ng
napagkamalan.
oo.
Oo, yun na nga.
At ta's ayun nga po kanina nalaman na po natin yung mga patterns at yung nature po pinaka-nature ng mga trolls. And to share po parang kasi itong mga trolls na 'to, siyempre itong red side meron siyang ah, paid trolls din, itong blue side may paid trolls din. So ikaw, parang nasa gitna ka nila, no? You have to choose sides. Gano'n yung nangyayari sa social media po ngayon, no? You have to choose sides, or ang mangyayari, pag nasa gitna ka lang, no? Babanggain ka ng dalawa, or pag nag-choose ka naman ng side, itong isa, talagang gegerahin ka, no? Uh, in your in your observation, how do these trolls mobilize public sentiment, no? And in relation to the elections, paano nangyayari talaga to?
They're very good at capitalizing on hate and anger, which are very viral emotions. So it generates a lot of engagement and virality. So they capitalize on that. And I myself also get angry on Twitter because it's my major platform.
Opo.
And I notice it does get a lot of engagement. So we really have to be aware if we get angry at something, even if that person is trustworthy, to find out kung talagang it's your worldview, because you might be suddenly sharing fake news. Nagkakamali din kami eh. I also make
Opo.
mistakes because I have a worldview. I trust this person. Nagkakamali rin siya. So we really have to pause. I always suggest pause muna and then think about it. Is it really worth, or do more checks, you do more background search research. So that's how I deal with it, because the algorithm in Facebook will only drive you to your echo chamber eh. So
Opo.
baka doon ka lang, you can only see that view. That's for one reason I follow pa rin some Duterte supporters who are reasonable, and
Opo.
I also follow the opposition, and just so I can have both sides, and I'm not in an echo chamber. Alam mo kasi sa Facebook, you put their following, di ba? Or first to see. So I alert myself also on Twitter. I alert myself to certain people, so just so I get all sides of the picture of the discussion. I'm not just stuck with my friends, no, and my worldview.
Talagang pinapalawak po yung information bubble. Hindi
Mm.
lang yung nandun ka lang sa isang tiny bubble.
Oo.
No,
Ang nangyayari
partner?
parang ang nangyayari po kasi, kunwari, hate mo na 'tong sinusuport nila, di mo nila talaga titignan kung bakit ganun ba yung pagmamahal nila dito sa idolo nila, 'di ba? So, minsan baka may sense naman pakinggan, pero 'pag masyado lang fanboy or fangirl, eh di wag. Kayo naman po, Dr. Rachel, what are your observation po about this?
Yeah, I agree with Noemi. That's one of the things that I also do to make sure that diverse yung aking my network. I don't delete people whose opinions are opposite mine
Opo.
so that hindi rin ako matrap sa echo chamber. No, minsan mahirap kasi mahirap talaga silang makita. 'Di ba?
Oo.
Pero it's the only way of finding out
Mm.
where public opinion is going eh. Kasi
Mm.
kung syempre, 'di ba, our true friends, pare-pareho tayong mag-isip, 'di ba? Kaya nga tayo friends, 'di ba? So mahirap 'yun eh kasi baka kala mo 'yun ang iniisip ng mundo, yung pala ikaw yung
Walang
naiiba.
nag-iisip. Opo.
No? So that's really very important. And then siguro kung na-troll ka, ako kasi I don't engage. I follow the rules kasi there are two types of responses, no? There are some of my fellow journalists who want to engage the trolls kasi
Opo.
lalo na yung ang feeling nila kasi since not all of them are paid trolls and some of them are just blind followers,
Mm.
it's their chance to enlighten. Yung
Yes.
parang feeling, sila, on a mission sila to enlighten those who are lost. Ganon.
Baka
So,
mabago pa ang pag-iisip.
baka
Hindi
sakali, di ba?
hindi po nila alam
Ako
baka
kasi, as in all honesty, wala akong oras sa ganon. I mean, I can't deal with it. So, normally, I just don't engage.
opo.
I'm on the second group na quiet na lang ako. Sige. Minsan ang maganda nito is yung mga nagko-comment sa akin, sila yung nag-aaway. Tahimik lang ako. Tapos sila na, yung mga friends ko na nakita si Troll, so sasagutin nila. So sila na, sasabi ko, ay salamat, may sumasagot sa kanila.
Pero yun nga po, to quote our USC president, kahapon po na-interview ko siya, no? Ang topic naman po is about martial law. Sabi nga po niya na ikaw bilang educated ka, alam mo yung aware ka, socially aware ka, hindi mo dapat atakihin yung medyo, kumbaga, unaware of the things that happening around us. Kasi if that's the case, hindi mo siya maliligtas, di ba? Parang ang mangyayari na lang po is hate, hate, hate. Pero hanggat kayang
Yeah.
i-educate, pagpasensyahan, di ba? Ayun po, pagpasensyahan and i-educate at the same time, di ba, partner?
Yeah.
Tama ka dyan, partner. Kasi parang ano din eh, parang social responsibility din natin
Mm.
yun, no? Na tulungan din silang ma-educate yung mga sarili nila tungkol sa mga nangyayari sa society natin. And ito din po, curious lang din po ako, Dr. Rachel and Miss Noemi. Kasi po, palagi pong natuturo sa aming mga communication students yung agenda setting theory. So gusto ko lang pong itanong if nakakaapekto po ba ito or nagiging factor po ba yung theory na 'to sa, pagkalat ng mga disinformation and trolls?
The agenda setting theory can be applied in so many things on media. In terms of trolls, if there's a strategic planner behind a message, then dun mo makikita yung mga patterns. For example, as you were mentioning, Ernest, yung Chinese guy, di ba?
Opo.
Yung nasa elevator na wag i-bash, ganyan. So, may ganon. So that was the agenda for today. Let us try to be more open to the, anti-Chinese whatever movement. I mean, parang to stop it or whatever. Or maybe to promote, let's say, the good side of this person. So sometimes the messaging yun may agenda na ito magfo-focus tayo dito, no? One of the things that I do, like I said, I don't engage the trolls, meaning I don't make discussions with them. But if I see that they're legitimately lost, or one of the things that I do
Opo.
is instead of having a conversation, naghahanap ako ng source sa internet na kumukontra dun sa sinasabi nila, a legitimate source. Tapos binibigyan ko sila ng link. So yung comment ko sa kanila, link, o basahin nyo to, di ba? Parang may evidence na hindi na ako kailangan mag-argue kasi please lang, basahin nyo to. Ito na yung ebidensya. Parang ganon. So at the same time, since you're not in conversation with them, they can't continue it because you've already brought them out and you're also informing everybody else on that comment, na here is the source, read it because this is what really happened, or this is what is really the evidence that shows that that thing is not true. So yun.
I'd like to add something to Rachel because I don't engage directly because I want to control the conversation. So what I do, if I am trolled on Facebook, I don't allow comments and non-friends. I put a post rebutting whatever that other person said because they're going to continue saying those lies, and lies becomes truth. I have to defend myself, my reputation. I have to put it out there. Like for instance, this undersecretary saying I'm a hypocrite or something like that. So I'm trolled in Twitter, hypocrite daw ako because of my stand. I just give example because of my stand in Sinovac, but I changed because once I had the data. So it's good to discuss that and see how you evolve from being hesitant and to going towards to accepting the vaccine.
Opo.
So that's the same thing. I also put on Twitter and I put there my post. It's also a reputation management, no? So that you will not they will not take away the conversation from you. And that's nice to also have friends in your network because they will defend for you. You will not get toxic. It's really toxic. I know how it feels. It's
Opo.
yung ganyan, the way they talk about you, it's terrible, all those insults. It's really so may chilling effect para tumahimik ka na at wag ka
Opo.
na magsalita. So that's the purpose.
I remember Karen Davila po, na-interview din po kasi namin siya. Na-i-share niya na, do you remember po yung Pacquiao interview niya? Yung Pacquiao interview po. Opo,
No,
yung
I'm sorry, I
The
don't.
recent one? The recent
yung,
one?
Hindi po yung nag-viral po na parang ang angle po is parang minamaliit niya po si Pacquiao dahil tinatanong niya kung college graduate ka ba or nag-aaral ka ba, like that. Pero ayun nga po, na-share niya na ang advice po sa kanya parang wag na lang patulan, gano'n, wag na lang patulan. Tapos hanggang sa hinayaan niya, tas na-realize niya, gano'n pala yung effect. Parang lahat ng tao pinaniniwalaan na gano'n
Yes.
yung ano niya po,
Oo.
yung kanyang purpose sa pagtatanong. Yung purpose po ng pagtatanong niya, yun is about the Federalism Constitution po. No?
It was taken out of context, partner. Kumbaga hindi kinuha, hindi kasi binuo yung interview kinot lang. So na-misinterpret ng mga tao and ang daming bashing. And ako naman po, I remember we had this D&D consortium with Miss Maria Reza. And then she experienced trolling din daw po. And then shinare niya na talagang if you speak the truth, talagang they aim to pound you into pieces na parang mapatahimik ka. So thank you po for sharing yung mga wise advice nyo kung paano i-handle yung mga trolls. Kasi dapat talaga alam natin paano natin sila i-handle na hindi tayo magpapadala sa gusto nilang maging reactions natin. 'Di ba, partner?
You need to have a support group also. So when you are trolled, you need to have your friends, and then so that you can voice out, and then because it's really it's sometimes you get death threats, and not only that, like your family, they will threaten your family, and that's happened to me in the past many years ago. So those things you really need to have a support group, and then some of them are very brave, and they will attack. I know some of my friends do that. They are troll busters.
Ay po, given all of this po, no, na napag-usapan natin kanina, is there an abuse of democracy in spreading fake news? And if so, why was the supposed law on anti-fake news being rejected po?
Um, Technically, hindi. The first danger of having an anti-fake news is sino magde-define na fake siya. Di
Opo.
ba? Yung government. Kung sila yung magde-define, how are we assured that they are not going to define legitimate news as fake, which has been done? Right?
Mm.
Makikita mo sa SONA, sa sa normal speeches ng some of our politicians when the media has brought attention to, for example, the COA reports. How can they say that that is fake? What if they label that, if you had an anti-fake news where they define what is fake, then they could easily reverse the definition, no? Which is why it's a very dangerous thing, and it's against freedom of speech. At the same time, there are laws that are already there. For example, siningit nila sa anti-terror law ang coming out with statements in your social media, so they can actually harass you through that law. So it's not technically a fake news law, but they can say that you are inciting people to go against the government, whatever, through the anti-terror law. So, nandiyan pa rin, di ba? Then cyber libel law, that's another thing they can use against you. And it's even more, its penalty is higher than the ordinary libel that's in the revised penal code. So there are existing laws that government can use, no, to actually penalize even legitimate media if they so choose.
Yeah,
Kayo naman po.
I was at that Senate hearing, and then Pacquiao was also there, and Soto. It's the law will work against you, whoever, even the legislators who are trying to push it.
Mm.
So, you know, the very nature of social media and its enabling technology really will make restrictions difficult, if not impossible, to implement. So,
Opo.
buti na lang din that we already have the existing penal law, just what Rachel said, Republic Act 10951, the revised penal code, and the Cybercrime Prevention Act. So, those are enough laws. Cyber libel is being abused pa nga now eh. So, we
Naalala ko
complicate
din,
it with the fake news law.
Yeah.
naalala ko din po na parang nung kapanahunan na nasa Senate po yung mga vloggers po noon, parang ang gusto pa po nila magkaroon ng licensing sa mga journalist. And same question po yung mangyayari, sino magla-license sa mga journalist po, di ba?
Si
So
Pacquiao yung
parang,
nagtanong, I was there.
opo.
It's hard.
So yung partner.
At alam mo partner 'no, and Miss Noemi and Miss Rachel, bilang napapag-usapan na rin naman natin 'tong trolling, disinformation, at since nalalapit ang eleksyon, ano po yung impact ng trolling ngayong paparating na eleksyon natin?
Like I said earlier, it's drowning out legitimate voices, no? Imbes na yung mga ordinary citizens nakakasabi ng kung ano yung nafe-feel talaga nila, ang nangyayari is matatakot sila kasi kung meron silang opinion na contrary dun sa mga gusto ng mga you know, trolls and those who pay them, then they can actually target you to silence you, no? So if you're too vocal in your opinions, and then you're attacking a particular politician or wherever, lalo na yung sa local government, di ba? They can use it against you. So mahirap. So it's, imbes na free tayo magsalita under the Constitution, we are supposed to have free expression. This way they can create a chilling effect to keep us quiet.
So,
Miss Noemi.
when that happens, kasi some of us are afraid to speak up, And that's the purpose talaga. So you won't speak up. And I'm trying to, when I talk in schools, I'm encouraging them, if they can't speak up publicly, they can do so in closed spaces where they feel safe, because that can also be shared by other closed spaces. Actually, a lot of conversations now are in closed spaces because they're afraid to speak up publicly.
Mm.
So we don't really know how much influence is happening. In Viber alone, so grabe mga ano dun, forwarding. You know, a post of my friend from Facebook was forwarded there, and I only found out she wrote it because I saw her post. So you know those things. We can start there actually, because this I'm sure not all of us will speak up. Not everybody has that character to fight back, but we can help each other. Actually, we can see some posts, then we can share it. But usually in certain closed spaces like sa Viber namin, ng resident group, make sure you have a source. Where did you get that? Because puro copy
Mm.
and paste, and then ang hirap naman i-share if it's not also legit, di ba?
Mm.
So they're so excited to share. There's so many of that. They're all talking, and I don't see that in Facebook. So I'm wondering if it's even true, the genuine those sources. Oo.
Ayun po, no? Sa akin naman po, can you say that fake news trolls on the recent 2016 and 2019 elections were successful in spreading false information? Obvious naman po yung sagot, no? Pero gusto ko lang pong matauhan ang ating mga ka-cyberkwentuhan. Ayan, kayo po, Dr. Rachel.
Actually, hindi lahat ng mga ginawa ng trolls panay attack dun sa personalities ng opposition. No? Many of, for example, nung nag-monitor kami ng election day,
Opo.
Facebook and social networks, many of the trolls were putting out fake news na itong kandidato na to na disqualify na, no, lalo na sa local government, yung mga congressman level, mayor level, para hindi isipin ng mga boboto sa kanila, ay, na-disqualify na, so hindi na namin bobotohin. Yung pala, fake yun. I mean, he's legitimately in the, you know, his candidacy is okay and there's no problem, but yun ang strategy nila, no? So, para mabawasan yung votes ng tao. So, may mga ganun na type ng fake news na pinapalaganap sa social networks. Usually nag-iiba ng anyo as you get closer to the election, and they're starting with attacking your character, and then later on they're putting out a different type of news until the day itself nga yung kesyo disqualified, kesyo ganito, you know. So yun ang nangyayari.
Ang ano pala mga troll singka creative din po no, sa paninira ng mga ano. Kayo naman po, Miss Noemi.
If you remember, Facebook started to take down a lot of Facebook accounts that was called coordinated inauthentic behavior, because they were like all sharing the same piece and they were all connected to each other. Like, parang they will share the same news and it's all around in their network. And even the social media manager of Duterte, the president, when he was still a candidate, was also removed from Facebook. And he is the only person named by Facebook. His name was mentioned in their press release that that he was a part of that coordinated inauthentic behavior. So that coordinated inauthentic behavior started long ago. I mean, since 2016, and I've seen it. I've seen it talaga, and I've reported it, pero wala. They ignored it until Cambridge Analytica came. I was one of the less than 2 million affected by that Cambridge Analytica. So they used my data in Messenger. So there was really something going on in 2016, and hopefully this time around they will not be using that kind of behavior. Sana yung totoo, yung engagement, show that you really are for this issue. Show that okay, Duterte deserves another term. I mean, level the playing field. This is all about money and farms. So we really have to be aware that these are happening, that this could happen again.
Totoo
Yeah.
po 'yan. Ang problema po kasi iba-iba po sila ng strategy, eh. Yung iba sisiraan yung kalabang politiko, yung isa papabanguhin naman yung, sinusuportahang politiko. So, it's really important na we be critical. And in relation to this din po 'no, in their bid to win the upcoming elections, what are the expected propagandas of politicians na puwede po nilang
Ayan.
gamitin sa pag-spread ng information? Lalong-lalo na, may pandemic ngayon tapos mag-e-eleksyon. Ano po kaya yung puwede nating, medyo paghandaan 'no, as social media users?
Mm.
One of the things here or the disadvantages is yung mas malaki ang hawak ng pera, ang mas nakakapag-hire nitong mga kumpanyang gumagawa nito, no? So pwedeng isang politiko, hindi lang isang kumpanya ang hinire niya, pwedeng tatlo. No, isipin mo lang saan napunta yung nawawalang PhilHealth billions, 'di ba? Pwedeng napunta diyan sa pag-hire ng troll or yung mga ghost employees ng isang mayor. Isa 'yon.
Opo.
Saan 'yon? Sino sila, right? So they could be actually employees of the troll farms. And unfortunately, yung may hawak ng kaban ang mas may access sa mga kaperahan na pwedeng gamitin sa pag-hire na itong mga troll na to. So talagang for the ordinary citizen, we really have a big battle to fight. Kumbaga David and
Mm.
Goliath ang laban eh. No?
Mm.
So yeah, so kailangan na lang na may personal responsibility ang bawat lahat na talagang bago sila bumoto, no, titignan ba nila kung ano to, ano yung past performance, may nagawa ba o puro salita lang, 'di ba? We go beyond what even is available in the media. We look at, past stories, we look at the whatever na lumabas na balita tungkol sa tao na to way back, no, not just the recent news, but we have Google. The advantage also of the internet is Google can actually help us make better judgments. The funny thing that I find is many people don't use this very, very easy tool that is already there, that helps us find the truth. No, in fact, I don't know if people are even aware that Google has a search engine just for fact checking. It's called Google Fact Check. Ang search engine na ito, ang ginagawa niya, hinahanapan niya ng sagot dun lang sa mga legitimate fact checker sites. Kumbaga, pag nag-search engine siya, ang chine-check niyang mga sites, yung mga registered fact checkers lang ng International Fact Checking Network. So you are assured that the search that they do is already targeted to those. So kumbaga, you ask a question and somebody has already done the fact check, then you don't have to do it yourself because it's already been done. No? Imbes na tayo yung gagawa from ground zero.
The skeptics
ayun.
will ask, who checks the fact checker? Yung mga ganyang hirit, di ba? I mean, I always see that. But just it's good really to look around and have a wide circle. And fortunately, other platforms like yesterday, I just watched the launch of Comelec and TikTok. So TikTok is very popular with the youth vote, and then they have a dedicated channel already. And I understand that TikTok removed so many videos of the 2020 U.S. election. So I hope they do the same in TikTok, being a popular platform for the youth. And Facebook, I think, has taken down also a lot. Even YouTube has taken down millions. And yes, and we are in the consortium. We are working closely with these policy heads. So democracy is at stake here.
Yes.
So it really pays to do research because this is our country. This is our democracy.
At ayun po 'no, ni-remind po tayo ni Dr. Rachel na napakadali 'no, napakadali guys, mga ka-cyberkuwentuhan natin na mag-fact check. Google na nga ang gumawa para sa atin. So, search na lang po tayo ng maayos para hindi po tayo naloloko ng mga walang mukha 'no, sa Facebook na 'to. And sabi nga po ni, Miss Noemi, paulit-ulit niya tayong nire-remind na dapat meron kang circle talaga 'no, na magre-remind sa'yo na, "Wait lang, 'di ba, pag-usapan muna natin," 'di ba? Baka yung alam mo, eh, hindi pala, fact check, 'di ba? So, it's good to have na may mga kasama ka na, into this din na willing na, mag-ano, makipag-discourse sa'yo na may facts talaga, 'no? Hindi lang basta-basta sabi ni gan'to or sabi ni ganyan, 'di ba partner?
In the last
Tama ka
election
doon.
pala, there was a
Ay,
fact-checking sites, no? There were
hmm,
fact-checking websites. I think even UP had. So I think there were two websites. So watch out for it. I'm sure they'll bring
hmm,
it back. Mm-mm.
Yeah. UP had the check.ph, which is a
Yes,
consortium of three
yes.
universities
Mm-mm.
and 11 media institutions. Yes.
That was
We
very
hope
useful.
we hope to bring it back for 2022.
Yeah, because I saw the students they helped in that fact checking.
hmm.
Students of the university, so that was really interesting. They all work together, and I'm sure the one watching Holy Angels, I mean, and others can also contribute to the website
Yes.
if when
And
Yes
that comes.
po.
actually po, Holy Angel University in partnership with the Disinformation and Democracy
Democracy.
Consortium, yes, launch a website. 'Di ba partner? Can you share that with us?
Yes, tama po 'yan. Meron din po tayong website na, nag-e-educate sa'tin about disinformation and nakakatulong sa fact checking. And I think madami ding mga Facebook groups ngayon. I think I'm member dun sa isa din po ng Rappler na
Yes.
if for example, meron kang na-encounter na tingin mo, hindi ka pa sure kung talaga
Mm,
bang legit, puwede mong i-post dun and then, you
Mm-mm.
ask help dun sa mga members to fact check. So, ang daming paraan na
mm.
ma-verify natin yung mga information na nakikita natin online. It's important na we cross-check yung iba't ibang legitimate sources. And sabi nga ni Miss Noemi and Dr. Rachel, no, it's important na wag tayong magpalunod sa
Yes.
noises sa paligid natin. Kailangan mangibabaw yung boses natin, lalo na ngayong paparating na eleksyon, no, partner? Napakahalaga na wag tayong magpaloko kasi malaki yung gampanin natin sa pagboto. And with that, ang dami ko nang nakikitang tanong sa ating mga kakwentuhan partner. I think
Right.
it's time na po, no, to
Yes.
open our Q&A session.
Pero bago ang lahat, partner, may pa-shoutout tayo dito sa ating mga kasama dito sa ating hashtag Cyberkwentuhan episode 13, no? Luis Pural from Cebu Normal University. Arkiel Davis from the University of Northern Philippines, no? Mark Jericho Mina from the same university po. Kayo ba partner, may nakikita ka ba diyang i-shoutout?
Yes, partner, no? Shout out kay Romeo Panganiban, ang ating regular viewer mula sa FEATI University and
Mm.
former guest natin sa Cyberkwentuhan. Siyempre, shout out din sa ating Cyber Youth Warriors, Cyber Youth Champions, and Cyber Professionals of the Training and Mentoring Program participants of Cyber Guardians PH. Ayan. Hello po sa inyo.
At yung
Partner,
mga
ikaw ba?
kasama po natin sa FB partner sa San Fernando, Pampanga, yan, gaano po sila from San Fernando, Pampanga, no? Don Antonio Lichi, Integrated School of Bacolor South District, and Evelyn Jose, a regular viewer from Talitha Cum, Philippines. So, remind lang po natin ang ating mga ka-hashtag cyberkwentuhan. Due to time limitation, we will just accept 3 to 5 questions. So, Ms. Noemi and Dr. Rachel, may questions na po dito na na-ask. So, medyo cheesy po ito, no? So, first question from Rai Peñaranda. Sabi niya po, kay Duterte lang po ba lumaganap ang mga trolls? what does this say sa character ng ating administration?
I'll answer first. I experienced trolls under the Aquino government, but it was they were more like bots because I was covering the Corona trial. So the moment I tweeted, makikita ko talaga sunod-sunod yon. So definitely that was bots. There were some trolls, but they were not in the same numbers as I have experienced in this administration. So what does that say about the character of the administration? I think insecure sila. So that they have to get so much of their, they have to create inauthentic behavior just to say that his policies are popular. So yeah, they have to resort to that because it's not popular. It's the war on drugs. I mean the extrajudicial killings. They have to say that kailangan yon like that because it's not supposed it's illegal, it's immoral. So they have to resort to trolls. And I've never seen these numbers. I have tried trolls in 2007, mga isa lang yun, dalawa. Aquino, not even konti lang. Siguro I blocked mga less than 100. Pero this administration, ang dami talaga nila. Yeah, insecure administration.
Kayo po, Dr. Rachel, ano po yung masasabi niyo tungkol dito?
Yes, the numbers are significantly higher than in previous any previous time. Although I would say that it's not only Duterte, actually faster pa if you have any post against the Marcoses, the trolls, the reaction time of trolls is even faster. So yon parang year-round, even off-season, off the election season, mukhang permanent feature nila yung trolls. No? Para ibahin ang history ng Pilipinas, no? Para isipin natin na walang nangyari ng martial law na fake yung mga na-torture. So ang bilis ng reaction time ng mga trolls sa ganon. So mas mabilis pa kaysa dito sa administration na ito. So there are levels of troll farms operating, no?
At talagang nakakabahala po na ang dami-daming trolls ngayon. So it's important na kung matalino sila sa pagpapalaganap ng gantong impormasyon, eh mas maging matalino tayo na wag tayong basta-basta magpapaloko o magpapadala.
Yes, oo.
'Di ba, partner? And eto naman for our next question, we have a question from Miss Kim Herrera. Ano pong masasabi nyo kay Senyora, ang number 1 DDS na nagpapalaganap ng fake news pero hindi fina-flag ng Facebook?
I
Dami pa
reported
ding
this.
followers.
I reported this in way back in 2016 because I was observing her what's this, the likes. Meron siya mga Indian, mga nagko-comment doon, mga Indian friends. Wala, I was ignored by Facebook. And then, but there was a time that that account was suspended. I remember that. So, you can still report if she does or this account does some fake news. But I am sure that she was her account got suspended. I just forgot when. Probably 2018, 2017, 2008, not 2016.
I think
By
that
what
it was
sige po, go ahead po.
No, I think it was suspended nung there was a concerted effort to flag her. 'Di ba? When people decided at the same time, let's ask Facebook to do something, and that's when it happened. But because they don't also want to interfere with content, so the problem with Facebook is they will take down only those that are have irregular network algorithms. So kung legitimate na tao ka, kahit na fake yung linalaganap mo, hindi ka atakihin, ay hindi ka ita-take down ng Facebook.
Opo. So parang
Actually
ganun
po,
pala siya.
May tanong po ako kasi I watched this documentary po na usually daw po yung mga ganitong influencers like Senyora, malaki na din yung following niya, binebenta din yung mga accounts nila sa mga politicians. Like, oh, may malaki na yung following ko, I'm effective at endorsements, baka baka gusto yung bilhin yung account ko to promote kayo sa darating na eleksyon, ganyan. Ano pong masasabi niyo dun?
Well, if they do that, then obviously they're unethical, no? That these people have no conscience and that they are self-serving, and they don't care about protecting our country or our democracy or our freedom of expression. So I'm sorry about those followers. I mean, you don't become an influencer unless you have followers. Now, to the legitimate followers, kung ganyan yung fina-follow nyo, may problema din kayo, di ba?
Mm.
So, I really think we need to up our game in media literacy so that
Yes.
people can be more discerning about who to follow and who to unfollow.
Okay. In the last election, I received a lot of messages. Oh, this influencer is posting about the senator and all that. So actually, you can keep recibo because this is supposed to be under campaign finance. I mean, they are supposed to report that this candidate had or spent for this, but we don't know, if that is also because it's from their own,
Mm.
passion, or it was a paid thing. But it's good to monitor it also, especially there is a borderline, there. Uh, Whether it's paid or it's organic. So there are
And
people who monitor those kind of engagement.
mm. And I think, Ma'am, and Dr. Rachel, this is the last question for the day po. Sabi ni Trini Catherine Romero, I don't mean to normalize the trolls po. I'm against to their work also. Pero can we really blame them kung ganyan na lang ang kanilang source of income, especially na halos wala na daw trabaho due to the pandemic?
In the time of
Um,
pandemic, maraming trabaho sa online work. You can, I think there is some online work in writing, but
Opo.
maybe I don't know lang how much it pays. But if you really want to earn, you should start a blog because that's
Mm-mm.
how you get hired. I have a lot of blogger friends who are paid to write content,
Mm-mm.
because for search engine optimization, and it's very legitimate and they're paid well. I
Mm-mm.
know people who write 10 articles a day, and I don't know, they get paid a lot. So you don't rely only on trolling. I mean, baka piso-piso lang yan. I don't know how much it costs. But you can start a career. Don't easy money. Well, I mean,
Opo.
do it for the long term. If you really like writing, you really like engaging, then have a Facebook page, have a blog, show how you write, and then you might get some gigs.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Kayo naman po, Doc.
well, I see it as yeah, you might say walang trabaho, but for me, to be a troll is like to be a prostitute. You are
Oh.
selling your soul. So if you are that type of a person, no, without a conscience, who will do it for, because if you really want to look, I think there are ways to earn money
Mm-mm.
legitimately and ethically. This is easy money. Yes, it's a no-brainer. But at the same time, yun na nga, kung ako, you are selling yourself. You are
Mm-mm.
you are not any better than someone who is selling their bodies. No, so that's my take.
And also, guys, no, it's our duty and responsibility, no, to our nation na hindi talaga gawin to, and it's very wrong, right, partner?
Tama, partner. Siyempre, citizen tayo ng Pilipinas. So,
Mm.
parang bakit mo ipagkakanulo yung bansa mo at ang mga ibang mamamayang Pilipino para lang, alam mo
Sa
yon,
piso-piso, sabi nga ni Miss Noemi.
at magpalaganap ng maling impormasyon. So, nakakabahala at
Mm.
nakakadismaya ito, partner. Pero bago natin i-end ang ating Q&A session, syempre hingan lang natin ng last message ang ating mga special guests ngayong gabi sa ating kwentuhan. So let's have Miss Noemi po.
Message, be a discerning media consumer. Yeah, and just because a site is credible, sometimes they make mistakes. So don't just read the headlines, read the content. In Twitter, they don't allow you to just tweet before not reading the content. So read the whole content, and you know, and if you're angry at what you saw, you just take a pause. Yun lang. Pause
Mm.
before you share. That's it.
Thank you po. Doc Rachel po.
I'll just remind everybody that the tool to fact check is very easy. Just click on your Google, search for that information. Make sure that there's more than one source for that information to be able to see if it's a legitimate information or not. It's also good na when you see trolls to flag them, please report. So the more reports, kasi sometimes the way that Facebook or all the social networks react is when there are enough of us flagging these fake sites, no, and that's the only time that they will act. So it's like a vote. It's like each vote counts.
Mm. Alright, maraming salamat po sa inyong dalawa. This has been a very great discourse to teach our hashtag kacyberkwentuhan on how to distinguish these trolls. And I'm sure makikiisa na kayo sa ating troll hunting.
Tama ka dyan, partner. Again, thank you so much to Miss Noemi and Doc Rachel. At dyan na nga po, nagtatapos ang ating tsikahan na may kahalagahan, of course. I'm sure this episode has helped you gain new learnings and broaden your perspectives regarding the relevance of this distinguishing fact from fiction.
And ulitin ko lang ang sinabi ng ating mga guest speakers tonight at mga kakwentuhan na it's really a community effort to fight this kind of evilness ng tatawagin, itong trolling, itong pagpapalaganap nila ng disinformation, lalong-lalo na palapit na yung ating eleksyon at tayong mga kabataan, ang dapat manguna dito dahil tayo ay mga digital natives kung tatawagin, at dapat turuan natin yung ating mga magulang man, tita, tito, kamag-anak para matuto kung paano nga ba, magkaroon ng fact-checking. With that, kindly allow us to give recognition to our amazing, and unkabogable guests for today's episode.
Ayan, let's present them their certificates. So the certificates read, the certificates of appreciation are presented to Dr. Rachel Ican and Ms. Noemi Lardizabaldado for imparting their knowledge and valuable insights as resource persons during the hashtag Cyberkwentuhan episode 13, hashtag The Who, exposing the trolls behind fake news via Zoom, given this ninth day of September 2021, signed by core member representative of Cyber Guardians PH, Ms. Maria Concepcion T. Sangil.
Once again, we would like to thank the both of you for gracing us with your presence, Dr. Can and Madame Noemi. Now, before we end tonight's program, may we remind everyone to please fill out the feedback evaluation form to help us further improve our upcoming episode of Cyber Kwentuhan. Goodbye po kay Prof. Rachel and kay Miss Noemi. Ayan.
Ayan. That's right, no, partner. And may you continue to educate the youth on the importance of fact-checking, especially at this age when disinformation remains rampant. If you're here with us sa Zoom, the link will be sent po to the chat box. And if you're watching the stream, it will be posted in the comments. All those who will fill out our feedback form will be receiving a certificate of attendance.
Before we conclude our hashtag Cyberkwentuhan episode for tonight, it is our honor to present the certificates of appreciation for our previous host, the production team, and of course to ourselves for being the host of the previous episode and this episode. This will be our last one, as we will pass this honorable responsibility to other members of the youth. Lastly, may we acknowledge Dr. Leslie Manalo Medina, who has made this collaboration possible.
With that, let us call on Ma'am Chichi, the core representative of Cyber Guardians PH, to present to us the certificates.
Good evening, everyone, and congratulations for a very engaging episode 13 of Cyber Kwentuhan. No? Talaga namang ang iniwanan ninyong last episode ay tatatak. No? Maraming salamat sa Holy Angel University team, no, from communications department, no, and of course your communications group, no, students group. So let me read the certificate of appreciation with heartfelt gratitude. The certificate of appreciation is presented to Dr. Leslie Manalo Medina for her invaluable contribution. You know, I can't read it, it's so small, but for her, I just proceed, for her valuable contribution. Is that what it says? I'm sorry, no? I can't read it. And being part of Cyber Kwentuhan, so we also would like to acknowledge and award this certificate of appreciation to the host from episode 10 and 11, Jardina Kate Fajardo and Ernest Nicole Yap. And for episode 12, Evangel Reyes and John Christian David. And of course, this last episode, Ernest Nicole Yap and Evangel Eden Reyes. Maraming salamat sa inyo. We are also very grateful to the production team. And this certificate of appreciation is hereby presented to Keo Marty Romero, the director, Crisel Ira Umlas, technical director, Ryan Kristan Peñaranda, and Ernest Nicole Yap, scriptwriters, Ryan Kristan Peñaranda, and Ana Dominic Magtotov, Mona Trini Ofiana, our coordinator. Maraming salamat sa inyo. And of course, our layout artist, no? So we also would like to extend our gratitude to Jerem De Los Santos, Faith Lacson, Kate Catherine Ong, and Ashley Ponsalan. Thank you very much, Holy Angel University.
Thank you din po, Ms. Chichi. But before we conclude our hashtag Cyberkwentuhan episode for tonight, it is our honor to present the DND Consortium website. The Consortium on Democracy and Disinformation is a nationwide network of journalists, academics, bloggers, and civil society representatives in the Philippines, supported by the Ateneo de Manila University, De La Salle, Philippines, Holy Angel University, and the University of the Philippines, whom in unity aims to fight the spread of disinformation in the country. You can visit the website by searching fightdisinfo.ph.
And there we have it. We hope that our kakwentuhans will take the time to support and maximize the use of this website while the tea is still hot.
As for the last part of today's kwentuhan, may we remind everyone, no, especially our hashtag kacyberkwentuhan dyan, to partake in the upcoming national election for 2022. While it is our right to political participation, it is also our responsibility as citizens. So register now and vote wisely. Yan, babangon tayo. Pilipinas sa 2022.
Tama, register to vote. Huwag magpapaloko basta-basta sa social media. Sabi nga kanina, cross-check, verify. At syempre, huwag patulan ang mga trolls dahil hindi nila
Mm.
deserve ang clout and platform. And now that we've had an eventful night, I know there are interested youth members in the audience who want to be a part of this initiative. So, paano ba, partner? Sino ba ang mga pwedeng sumali at paano sumali?
Ayan, those who would like to be a member, volunteer, or program partner of Cyber Guardians PH, or perhaps no, become a part of a core group of youth leaders, please fill out the Cyber Youth Empowerment Program Google Doc. The link can be found in the caption of the live stream, and we'll also post it no, sa ating Zoom chat box.
Yes, but before anything else, gusto rin namin kayong imbitahan na sumali sa aming spoken word and viral video contest. So to join, partner, ano nga ba ang mga mechanics?
Ayan, nakikita natin ngayon sa ating mga screens ang mechanics at posted din yan sa official Facebook page ng ating Cyber Guardians PH. The registration link is posted no, on our Zoom chat box in the comment section of the live stream. All entries must be submitted on or before October 15, 2021 to cgphcyberexpress@gmail.com.
Ayan. At para naman sa ating spoken poetry contest, ayan, ang ating mga mechanics ay naka-flash ngayon sa inyong mga screens. So, sa mga interesadong sumali, all entries must be submitted on or before October 15, 2021 to cgphcyberexpress@gmail.com. The registration link is posted sa ating Zoom chat box at sa comment section ng ating live stream. And if you have any concerns pa, pwedeng-pwede nyo namang i-visit at i-message ang official accounts ng Cyber Guardians PH. So with that, please don't forget then to indicate your Facebook account so we can invite you sa ating closed Facebook group. And make sure guys, you won't miss our next episode. So it will be on September 24, 2021, 6:30 p.m. pa rin. Keep an eye out sa ating Facebook page para sa updates.
Cyberkwentuhan has been made possible by Cyber Guardians PH and the collaboration with Holy Angel University. Thank you to all the coalition members for helping co-create a safer cyberspace for all. See you again for the next episode. Ayan.
And partner ha, I really think na ang ating mga ka-cyber kwentuhans, dapat talaga nilang panoorin ang ating next
Yes.
episode because we will pass the proverbial baton to our youth leaders in the Notre Dame of Marble University. Kaya naman shout out sa ating mga ka-marbles dyan.
Ayan, Marvel University is situated at Coronadales City, South Cotabato. It aspires to be a Catholic Methodist institution of learning dedicated to the spiritual, moral, and academic formation of men and women who demonstrate competence and social responsibility in the service of God and humanity, inspired by the charisma of Saint Marcelin Champnat, with the motto of character, competence, and culture in harmony. The Notre Dame of Marble University dedicates itself not to the development of character, competence, and cultural respect.
Ayan, and there we have it, mga ka-cyber kwentuhan. Once again, representing Holy Angel University's BA Communication Program, the Angel Network, and the Communicators League. I am your friendly host, Evangel Reyes, and this is my partner.
And I'm Ernest Nicole Tiap. This has been hashtag The Who.
Exposing the trolls behind fake news. Once again, thank you so much everyone sa pagtutok at pagsama sa amin ngayong gabi. Sana ay masarap ang inyong mga hapunan at maging mahimbing ang inyong tulog mamaya. Thank you so
Tama ka
much,
dyan,
guys.
partner. And of course, sa ating mga ka-cyber kwentuhan dyan, supportahan nyo po ang ating susunod na mga hosts. Ayan. At with that, good night mga ka-hashtag cyber kwentuhan.
right? The human being can do more. We're capable of more.
I hope po with the showing of that video, somehow, na-feel po natin sa hearts natin that something needs to be done. And again, all of us has the capability to do something.
Tataas ko ng consciousness ko para mas makita ko, mas palawak. I see the bigger picture. I see the interconnectedness. I see all the stakeholders in the system.
The church has the obligation to say, mali yung ginagawa ninyong pornography, mali yung ginagawa ninyong how do you call that, pag-facilitate ng cybercrime.
Hindi kaya ng supuin mag-isa ng gobyerno ang problemang ito. Isang magandang inspirasyon ang ginagawa ng IJN, ng ECPAT, at even ang Cyber Guardian.
All the more na-highlight talaga sa forum natin this afternoon, ang need to really update our approach, policies, and laws in order to address this problem of cyberbullying.
Nagpapasalamat kami sa buong cyber chat team. Napakarami po naming natutunan at maibabahagi pa sa aming mga kapwa kabataan.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate all the efforts of cyber guardians who are actively involved in the fight against OSEC.
Masaya kami kasi mayroon na naman kaming karagdagang network na nakilala itong sa inyo at I think mas magiging makulay ang ating laban.
Kinilabutan ako sa narinig kong kwento. Batang 10 taon at nakikita ang abuso. Imbes na manika ang pinalalaro, mga magulang niya'y Christian, inilala ko. Hindi ko kayang magtimpi
Cyber Guardian.